It's an absolute privilege to be here and to share in best practice for exporting, in hope that we export more and develop our businesses globally. As Clive mentioned, I'm from SPI Freight Limited, and I look after supply chains for businesses, both inbound and outbound, across the UK. Living in Wales, it's a key driver of mine to obviously develop business across the Welsh area and provide them with cost-effective methods of growing their business exponentially on reduced rates of distribution, whether that be air, road, sea, and guiding them and supporting them on that journey. I start with a very grim message. The grim message is we're facing business challenges. That's all across the country. Businesses have been hit exponentially in a very costly manner by rising wages, fuel costs, geopolitical tensions have obviously increased costs and made it even harder and harder for businesses in this day and age. We've also encountered supply chain disruptions where we've had massive fluctuations in costs, as Clive mentioned also, on shipping, where shipping rates went from $2,000 to bring a container in to $16,000, $18,000. And these kind of things are, really hit hard for SMEs. My desire is to support SME businesses to grow. That will then enable us to have a stable economy, stable environment, and make Wales more profitable in the long term. We also saw a decline with trade based on COVID. Now, fortunate, we would hope COVID to be gone now, so we want to develop and promote those businesses to start flourishing and moving forward. Every week that I visit customers, I see often customers are scared to export, scared to put their head out the parapet, purely due to the fact that the lack of knowledge in that area, the lack of the fact that they don't know how to deal with it. They've got reservations, they've got concerns. We live on hopes, dreams, reservations and fears. That's ultimately what businesses are looking at. And it's for us as a business in SPI to obviously address that and engage to provide them with the level of support, the trust that they can operate in those environments and have the support of our business every step of the way. That's through the customs clearance, that's through supporting them with getting them the best rates to export. Some businesses will want to look at the sustainability element. Sustainability is really key. When we're looking at sustainability, we can actually look at the number of miles travelled, the Scope 3 emissions. We can support them in every element that they're looking towards needing that support. And the only way we can do that is by having those strong conversations with the businesses. And that's ultimately what we want to do. I love challenges. Challenges are great. Challenges make us think, ponder, and take our head out of the sand and lift our head up and go, actually, there are challenges. They're massive challenges. There's massive costs at the moment in business. But what are we going to do about it? What are our opportunities and how are we going to obviously develop? We can develop. We've got massive potential to develop. Keith has mentioned the CPTPP. Hopefully I got it right first time. And we've got huge export benefits. The exporting benefits that we've got, we can diversify our markets. If we diversify markets for business, that gives us a stronger hold in maintaining our business stance. It enables us to jump and leap from different areas and dynamics of our operation to maintain our revenues and maximise our margin. We're all here to maximise our margin at the end of the day. But we could also spread our risk. By spreading that risk thinly means our business sustains itself in times of economic pain or unprepared events, and we can build resilience. We build resilience by having more alliances. The more alliances that we can actually have with different countries enables us to be able to economically improve our business potential. And, you know, it was once said that the world is flat. It is flat. We're knocking down barriers. Barriers prevent us from growth. We're seeing barriers being taken down. And with those barriers being taken down, we can grow exponentially. We're building alliances. It goes far and wide. That's why we're all in a room today. We're networking. We can network globally. If it was mentioned that there were 10 customers outside the door and we all wanted a bar of them, there's not many people that would probably not leave the room and go and find them. If we decide that there's a bit of sea between them, a lot of people will sit there and say, oh, well, maybe not. We don't need to anymore. We've got the support. You've got the support of ITSG. You've got the support of all the partners that actually are working with ITSG to provide customers with whatever their requirements are, to answer their questions, to answer their concerns, and to deal with the reservations that they've got. We want to see businesses grow and thrive. The exciting news for the exporters, well, obviously we've got free trade agreements. We're making our global reach far easier. We're accessing new markets and customers with ease. Advantage of that ultimately is about the stability and predictability for the SMEs. We can actually now predict that SMEs can sustain themselves in a market. The markets are open. It's a global market nowadays, and we need to obviously bear that in mind. We're also leveraging these agreements to increase profitability. What we do as a business is we actually go to the markets that we're looking at. We go to the shipping lines. We are part of the WCA at SPI Freight. The WCA has got a number of agents all over the globe, and we are negotiating rates and bringing rates down to find the best means of distributing products. That means that ultimately we're passing on the savings to small businesses. It's the small businesses that need to see those savings. It was only a couple of weeks ago, I was looking for prices. I contacted 5 companies for specific pricing. The prices came back, one of them being 5 times more than the bottom price. And I'm in the business. So knowing how diverse pricing can be, you know, it's about making sure that we're protecting businesses to have a cost-effective price to ship. If they've got a cost-effective price to ship, they've got the means of being able to see their product being tracked and traced from the minute it's collected to the minute it's delivered, and they've got the ability to have the support they need to be able to hit these markets, both export and import, then we're making that environment a far easier, better environment for them to operate in. So SPI Freight are offering expert guidance, market insights tailored to your industry. We're going to simplify the complexity by optimising routes to handling the compliance. We've got customer service excellence. We'll support you interactively with customer communications. We respond in real time, and we respond in whatever manner you wish. You know, if it be you want to be contacted on email, by telephone, we're at hand to obviously support. We provide complete supply chain visibility. Having the ability to be able to track and trace your shipments as they are exported or imported is paramount. It gives you trust, it gives you faith, and it allows you to actually see the journey end to end. Our Product Track Genius is a tab that you can actually attach to your package, both within or outside, externally. It will alert you to tamper if it's got a tamper tag on, so it will alert you to if anybody's tampered with your product. It will also take a temperature recording of a product, and on top of that, if your product takes a knock from the box, it will alert you to the knock as well. The pingbacks are you can have them for every 15 seconds to every 15 minutes, whatever the choice may be. But it's prevalent that when you're exporting expensive niche products, these tags are, gold dust to have on your product. And in addition to that, we're scalable to small businesses. We work with very, very large businesses, but we also work with small companies. Working with small companies, we're scalable, so we can obviously adapt and interact to enable you to have a tech platform to your business that will give you full visibility of all your shipments. There's one key message that I wanted to really put out there, and that's you don't have to be great to start. Nobody has to be a great exporter. You just need to start to be an exporter. Because once you've started and you've forged and built on the alliances that are in this room, you will be an exporter and you'll be great. And that's really my take-home message today.